Hare Krishna devotees, we will resume our classes of Bhagavad Gita. We did it till 224. We will do from 225. Prabhuji, oka book Mataji could even. Kinjal Mataji, you need Bhagavad Gita?
No, I don't.
Okay, you have phone. Naki channel. Okay. We will start from 225. I thought of doing 225, 226 and 227. But we will do 25 and 26 as of now because we have less attendance in person. So we will do 225. Everybody, whoever don't have book Veda based, Bhagavad Gita 225 and 226. Bhagavad Gita is such a nice scripture that on one verse we can do Saptah. One verse we can do 7 days classes also. Krishna is speaking on the second chapter since how long? 1 to 25 is still speaking the same subject matter in different ways. చిన్న బెడ్రూమ్లో ఒకసారి ప్రభుజీ బాత్రూంలో ఉన్నట్టున్నారు వినబడలే. హరిబోల్ ప్రభు ఉన్నారా? నాకు నోట్బుక్ ఉంది, అది ఇస్తారా కొంచెము? ఎన్జిఎస్ అని రాసి ఉంటుంది, అక్కడే ఉన్నట్టు. నేను వేరే బుక్ తెచ్చాను, భాగవతం బుక్. ఎన్జిఎస్ అని రాసి ఉంటుంది నోట్బుక్, ఇంతకుముందు ప్రిపేర్ అయినా. Okay, so we will do 225, 226. In 224, let's have a recap. What is the subject matter spoken in Bhagavad Gita? 2 subject matters. Second chapter. First one, 80% is spoken. 80% is spoken, thank you. 80% is spoken about the body and soul. Remaining 20% spoken about Buddhi Yoga. After knowing the knowledge, after knowing the facts of we being not the body and soul, then how to implement that knowledge, Buddhi Yoga is been discussed in 20% only. Later in the further chapters it will be discussed more. So we are still in the first part of the second chapter, which speaks about the body and soul. 2.16 till now Krishna is speaking the same subject matter. Same subject matter. If you have to speak about Sankalp, suppose Sankalp has 10 qualities. Let's say Sankalp is good boy, Sankalp is very smart, Sankalp is intelligent, Sankalp doesn't make any sound in the class, he listens carefully, he chants nicely. Suppose there are 10 qualities. I will tell every day the same qualities in different ways, so that Sankalp can be more intelligent, more quiet, more calm, more nice, right? So Krishna is doing the same thing with Arjuna. He is telling the same point again and again and again and again in different angles, because Arjuna is not convinced. As we have discussed, Arjuna is not a dumb soul. He need not have this knowledge also because he is already empowered. But Krishna is making him instrument in delivering us all this message of Krishna consciousness. They are becoming, aa jao Mataji, they are becoming logged hai? Aa rahe, Prabhuji aa rahe. So it's so sublime knowledge and given very easily, like a father is giving to the child. Right now Padmanabha Prabhu is feeding here Sankalp. Like that Krishna is feeding Arjuna the real knowledge very palatably. Very palatably he is trying to feed. He is not just whimsically saying, hey Arjuna, I am the Supreme Personality of the Godhead. You have to be the sole servant surrendered unto me. So you have to listen to me. So listen to me. No, he is not telling like that. He's telling in a different angles and different perspective this same point. Why does second chapter has 72 verses, whereas Bhakti Yoga and other things have only 20, 24, 25 verses? What is the reason? The reason is, Hare Krishna Mataji. कैसे है माता जी? हाँ अच्छे आपका ही वेट कर रहे थे. या बीच में और एक पिल्लो भी डाल सकते हैं अगर आपको चाहिए तो, और थोड़ा हट जाएंगे फिर. Okay, so it's very important. Why 72 verses? Why it is the second longest, biggest chapter? Because the understanding of body and soul is not so easy to practically apply. To hear it is easy. We are not the body, we are the soul. हाँ, क्योंकि मर जाते हैं तो सोल बाहर चले जाता है, बोलते हैं कि वो हमको छोड़ के चला गया. कौन छोड़ के चला गया भाई? वो तो यहीं पे पड़ा है. उसको क्लीन करो, उसको तिलक लगाओ, उसको खाना खिलाओ. कर सकते? नहीं कर सकते. 2 घंटे 3 घंटे से ज़्यादा बर्दाश्त भी नहीं कर सकते वो बॉडी को, क्योंकि वो चला गया. कौन चला गया? आत्मा चला गया. So that concept Krishna is explaining to Arjuna again and again and again, because we are continuously identifying ourselves with the body. We are not able to get out of bodily identification. So Krishna is explaining through different philosophies. So let's go to the 24 recap translation and then we will jump to 25 and 26. 24 verse translation, page number 92 from Bhagavad Gita as it is. This individual soul is unbreakable and insoluble and can neither be burned nor be dried. He is everlasting, present everywhere, unchangeable, immovable, and eternally the same. The same topic. Nayanam chindanti shastrani, nayanam dahati pavaka, na chayanam kledayantyapo, na soshayati marutaha. Those 4 points again told here. Same points, but in a different way. What is added here is the immovable, unchangeable presence of soul everywhere. Everywhere as consciousness. Just not only in our body, everywhere, in all the universes. The stars in the sky are just not hanging like that. Krishna is there. That's why they are placed in those positions, nicely balanced way. It's not just he's watching sitting in the Goloka nicely. Okay, do whatever you want. He's there with everybody, in everything and in everywhere. Sarvagata. He's all pervading. So let's continue with the verse number 25. Very nice verse. You all can do it with me. Avyakyoyam achintyoyam avikaryoyam uchyate tasmadevam viditvainam nanusochitum arhasi. Some different words, but the concept is same. माता जी आपको निकाल के दे ऐसा पूछ रहे हो वो वेदा बेस में. It's okay. You'll listen.
Yeah.
उनको बोल दो.
Yeah, my mom will listen. Thank you.
So it is like different names are given to express the same qualities of the soul. Why, Mataji? Krishna wants to make sure that he teaches us 700 verses for sure. Can't it be done in 300, 400 verses? He wants to make the elongate. This can be done in 20 verses, Mataji. Why 72 verses, right? It's important. He's trying to learn us Sanskrit? No, he is trying to learn us the concept. He is trying to make us understand the subject matter solidly. And why he is doing that, we will listen. In this particular verse, we are introduced with 3 new words. Beautiful words, 3 new words. Let's understand what are these 3 words and how we can connect it to these 3 verses. 3 words. Avyakyoyam. Let's read the translation first. It is said that the soul is invisible. दिखता नहीं है ना, वही तो प्रॉब्लम है. दिखे तो तब पता चलेगा कि हाँ क्या हाल है हमारा. ये दिखता है चर्बी. Skin is visible. Eyes are visible. Nose are visible. Lips are visible. Talk is visible. Soul नहीं दिखता है. So it's नहीं दिखता है. Invisible. Inconceivable. समझ में नहीं आता है. We can't perceive. Why we can't perceive, we will tell. Immutable. It can't be just say, shut down. You are not visible, so keep quiet. No, soul is conscious. It's not dead matter to keep quiet. Avikaryam. Knowing this, you should not grieve for the body. So Krishna बोल रहे हैं कि तुम मार नहीं सकते हो भाई क्योंकि दिख नहीं रहे हैं. तुम उसको समझ नहीं सकते हो भाई तुम्हारे समझ से बाहर है. So he's clearly explaining. Now let's deep dive. Avyakyoyam achintyoyam avikaryoyam. Ayam yam ye yam vapi smaran mukta yam kya hai? Yam is the soul. Nayanam nayam ayam soul. The soul. So we are trying to understand the same concept of soul being eternal with a different angle. Invisible, avyakta, inconceivable or imperceivable, achintya, avikaryayaho means unchangeable. It always is conscious. It cannot be changed with its consciousness. After understanding these 3 qualities of the soul, we should not lament or grieve. अरे दुख करने का जरूरत ही नहीं है भाई. Arjuna बोलते oh. Arjuna doesn't say yes. He says oh. Then Krishna has to explain more. Avyaktahi means invisible. We all know. What is the size of Sankalp would have been said? He would have said. What is the size of the soul? 1/10,000th
of the hair.
Tip of the hair. 1/10,000th size of the नॉट हेयर, टिप ऑफ द हेयर. अरे टिप ऑफ द हेयर ही नहीं दिखता है कभी कभी, और टिप ऑफ द हेयर को 1/10,000 टर्न करो, क्या दिखेगा हमको? कैनॉट बी. Prabhupada explains that the topmost powerful microscope which exists on this earthly planetary system also cannot detect the size of the soul. That much small it will be. The verse is Bala Grahastha Bhaga. It's a part. Bala Grashatha Bhagam. Bala Grashata Bhaganam means Shata Bhaganam. Balagra hair and Agra tip in the Shata Bhaganam. 1/10,000th part of the tip of the hair. So how can we see? We cannot see. So Arjuna, जो नहीं दिखता है तो उनको उसको कैसे मारोगे? जो दिख ही नहीं रहा है उसको कैसे मारोगे तुम किसको मारोगे? जो दिख रहा है उसको मारोगे ना, ये बॉडी को मारोगे ना, और बॉडी टेम्पररी है, परमानेंट नहीं है, तो उसके लिए भी ग्रीव नहीं करने की जरूरत नहीं है. आत्मा को मारने के लिए ग्रीव करने की जरूरत नहीं है, बिकॉज आत्मा इज इनविजिबल. हाउ कैन यू किल विथ योर स्वर्ड? You say that you can control the speed of the wind by throwing the arrows and stopping. How can you control this soul? You have arrows, you can see where it is to stop the soul's activity. No, you cannot. It exists forever. Let's go for the achintyaha, inconceivable. It is not perceivable. We will dwell on this point for some time. It is not perceivable. कैसे समझ में आएगा आत्मा है तुम्हारे बॉडी में? बोलो. नहीं समझ में आएगा, नहीं दिख रहा है. हम किसी भी चीज को, whatever it is, how we try to understand through our senses, right? If senses are all gone, let's say, if body है उसका senses नहीं काम करता है, उसको हम बोलते हैं vegetable है, क्योंकि वेजिटेबल को सेंसेस नहीं होता है, वो सुन नहीं सकता है, वो सब नहीं कर सकता है, टेस्ट नहीं कर सकता है, देख नहीं सकता है. सो वील से इन द हॉस्पिटल इफ सम पर्सन्स ब्रेन इज डेड, लेट्स से, और सेंसेस आर नॉट फंक्शनिंग, वी से दैट ही विल बी लाइक ए डेड वेजिटेबल और ही विल बी लाइक ए वेजिटेबल. He will not be able to function in any way, or he will not be able to relate to you anyway. Just sharing, my dad went through an accident 19 years back, road accident. It was a very horrible accident. He hit the, after accident was normal, not very serious, but as soon as he was hit, his head went and crashed the curb and he got brain hemorrhage. We lost him at that time only, but as soon as that happened, his blood started coming from nose and ears and wherever it was, and he was taken to the hospital, and the doctor said that there are the 7 neurologists working on him. He was into police department, very nice post, he had insurances and people were working on his body very nicely, but he was totally unconscious from then, and they made my brother sign the signature paper saying that even if we save him, even if he save him, there is no guarantee he will be a normal person. He will be like a vegetable. He will be there, he will be seeing everything, but whether that seeing is going into his brain and his brain can process and reciprocate, we cannot guarantee you. Still, attachment is attachment. Father is father. He signed the papers. He called me, and I didn't know all this about till I reached India, but he called midnight, his brother-in-law, this is what they are asking me to do. What should I do, Baba? There is no other way. You have to surrender to the doctors and then go and sign it up. And he signed. He was very young then. But anyhow, long story short, it will be like a vegetable without the senses. So we cannot perceive the senses. We cannot perceive something beyond the senses with these senses. We cannot perceive something spiritual with the material senses. It's not possible. It's not possible. Yes, Shweta Mataji, is it possible? No, we cannot do that. There is a process to do that. Because what we are perceiving is at a higher level, and what we want to perceive with is at a lower level, consciousness-wise. Understanding the higher spiritual matters with the material, mundane, speculative knowledge is impossible. We need for that a higher authority. कोई तो बोले कि ये अच्छा कार्डियोलॉजिस्ट है, तभी आप उसके पास जाओगे ना. You don't randomly Google and search and go to whoever cardiologist is available. You have to have an authority. You have to have a reference. So we have to believe the authority. Who can tell a child who is his father? Who is the authority? Who can tell? Mother. Mother is the final authority. Nobody else can tell. वो बच्चा बड़ा हो जाएगा तब वो बोलेगा मम्मी जो आपने बोला वो सच है क्या गलत है, यही मेरे पापा है. ऐसा कुछ मेंटल नॉनसेंस उसके माइंड में आया, वो जाके पूछता है कि जो तुमने बोला सच है या गलत है. हाँ बेटा, तुमको मुझे बात बिलीव नहीं करना है तो तुमको क्या करना है वो कर ले. तो वो क्या करेगा? मैक्सिमम डीएनए टेस्ट करेगा, राइट? डीएनए टेस्ट इज वेरी परफेक्ट, राइट? इट विल टेल यू वेदर इज यू दे आर योर फादर और नॉट. ओके डीएनए टेस्ट कर ले, लेकिन कैसे फाइंड करेगा? दुनिया में 8.4 मिलियन स्पीशीज है, उसमें ह्यूमन स्पीशीज इतने मिलियन है, सबका एक एक का डीएनए टेस्ट करते बैठेगा कौन तेरा पापा है करके? नो, you have to believe the authority. So you can't go dive deep in and research what is Krishna. Your capacity is limited. You cannot do DNA test to all the men in the world. You have to believe your mother. If your mother says she is your father, you have to believe. That is the authority. In that way, we have the authority of the Vedas. Vedas speak the truth. Vedas speak the absolute truth. 15.15 verse. Sarvasya chaham hridhi sannivishtam matta smritir jnanam apohanam cha vedescha chere sarve rahameva vedyar. Krishna says, I am the essence of all Vedas. Vedas is proclaiming altogether that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of the Godhead. And devotional service to Krishna is the only way through which we can reclaim our position of being servant of Krishna. That's that our constitutional eternal position. And who is saying this authority? Not me, not ISKCON, not somebody else. Krishna himself is saying. Krishnastu swayam Bhagavan. Bhagavan uvacha. It is not said Krishna uvacha. No, it said Sri Bhagavan uvacha. And a very clear description is given about this Bhagavan. Who is Bhagavan? Parashara Muni, Vyasadeva father, gives the definition of Bhagavan. All the 6 opulence, Aishwarya, everything, Vairagya, everything, strength, opulence, all kinds of opulence, 6 in full, that is Bhagavan. Someone can lift, okay, Krishna lifted Govardhan, I will lift a car. No, you also lifted Govardhan. Krishna made all the residents of Vrindavan inside the Govardhan, and no hungry, no water, no sleep. You do that. Not for 7 days, do that for 1 day. Not for whole Vrindavan, do it for your home members. Let's see. You lift your house, under that house give the residents and make them not feel hunger, thirst, sleep for 1 day and being happy. Krishna did that. Nobody remembered hunger, nobody remembered thirst, nobody remembered sleep. They were all enjoying with Krishna inside. That is Krishna. That is supremacy. That is authority. What we have is nothing. And we are trying to understand this way. So Vedic scriptures are our mother. Vedic scriptures are the right authority. That's why we call what? When we do the service to Krishna, tad vidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadeshyanti te jnanam jnaninas tattva darshina. They have seen the truth. Tattva darshina. They have seen the truth. That's why they can impart us that transcendental knowledge to us. हम लोग हमारे माइंड से, हमारे स्पेक्युलेशन से कुछ भी नहीं कर सकते. ब्रह्मांड भ्रमिते कोनो रूप, ऐसे ऐसे घूमते रहेंगे. We will be always. So accepting the Vedic literatures is the easiest way. Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, this is the best way. We cannot experiment or we cannot experience the spiritual concepts with the material equipments. How can we do? Suppose our Padmanabha Prabhu is working in a biological lab. He has to do some biological research. Okay? I have provided him all physics related equipment. Prabhu, do the biological experiment with physics apparatus. How can he do? He cannot do. Simple. So in the same way, we cannot understand spiritual matters with the material intelligence. We should have spiritual intelligence. And for that spiritual intelligence, we have to depend, being human beings, having this higher intelligence on the Shastra. That's what we are doing here. Sat Sangha. Sangha means association. Sat Sangha means good association. So material, don't surrender to material things. Surrender to spiritual things. If you want to understand the spiritual things. Srila Prabhupada explains here about the spiritual, there is no other means. In the purport he says, there is no other means or source through which we can understand the Supreme Personality of the Godhead other than Vedas and Vedic literature through the Shruti and Smriti Purana. That's the only way. Bhagavad Gita is the essence of all Vedas because Bhagavad Gita is spoken by Krishna. How about Bhagavatam? You say Bhagavatam is the Amala Puran. You say Bhagavatam is the best. You say, yes, Bhagavatam is the best because we want to relate to the happiness of the devotees who follow the Bhagavad Gita and establish the relationship with Krishna. Bhagavad Gita is the primary study. Bhagavatam is the graduate study. Chaitanya Charitamrita is the postgraduate study. Without reading the primary study, you want to go to the postgraduate study? Not possible. Not possible. You will misunderstand it. So let's read the Bhagavad Gita properly, understand the Bhagavad Gita properly, because it is given by Krishna directly. Krishna is the source of everything, and he is explaining us what it is important. So who other can be the right authority for us? Who else can be? There is a beautiful verse I am remembering from Srimad Bhagavatam. It says, memory. It says, whom else we have to surrender unto? Aho bakiyam sthanakalakutam jigham sayadapyayadyapya sadvi lebhe gatim datrimuchitam tatonyam kamva dayalum sharanam vrajema. I learned when I used to teach my kids at this age. So Krishna is giving me memory there. So the verse says that Aho Bakhiyam Sthanakala Kutam. This particular Bakiyam means not Bakasura. Bakasura's sister. Who is Bakasura's sister? Putana. Aho Bakiyam. Aho, this Bakiyam, who is the sister of Bakasura, who is Putana, Sthanakala Kutam. She has filled her breast with the poison. Aho Bakiyam Sthana. Sthana means breast. Kalakuta Visham, Sthanakalakutam, Jighamsa Yadapi. She is not mentioned anywhere in the past life to be a sadhvi or something. She is a bad lady and she was working for Kamsa and she came with a bad intention to kill you with a poison. Aho Bakiyam Sthanakalakutam, Jighamsa Yadapi Sad. Lebhe Gatim Datri Mupchitam Tatin. Lebhe means you have given. Labhyam means receiving. Lebhe means giving. Lebhe Gatim, you have given her the Gatim destination. Lebhe Gatam. Dhatri Tatonya Uchitam. Dhatri means mother, which is the best position. You have given that Putana the best position of being your mother in Goloka, serving you. How merciful you are. And who else we can surrender unto you other than you who are giving the benefit, such a great benefit, such a great position. Kamva dayalum sharanam vrajema. Who else can be more merciful to surrender upon other than you, Krishna? Gopis are singing like this. Wow. Wow. And we are in touch with that scripture. We are in touch with that scripture. We are in touch with this famous personality. I am saying you touch. How fortunate we are. Shrutim, Puranam, very important, very, very important. And what will these spiritual practices do us? Avikaryam, right? Soul is unchangeable. Atma becoming Paramatma, biggest misconception in the world. Atma becoming Paramatma. Atma never becomes Paramatma. Atma is part of the Supreme Krishna, but Atma never becomes Paramatma. Cannot become. Drop in the ocean cannot become ocean. Drop in the ocean cannot dance on the shores and say, I am the ocean, I am the ocean, I am the ocean. You have the quality, but someone stamps on you, you have no identity. Unless you join with the ocean. Right? Ocean has a big, vast identity. Everybody is afraid of ocean. Most of the people who die in the water are swimmers, it seems, because they are overconfident about themselves. They go deep. Who don't know swimming, they will go only in the periphery and come back. But who are the swimmers, they experiment. So most of the swimmers die in the ocean. So anyhow, that's a different topic. But ocean is big quantitatively. Qualitatively, the drop may be the same. But because of your quantity, because of your that minimum, you go to a jasmine garden. So many blossomed jasmines. I'm remembering when I was a child of 4th, 5th grade, opposite to our school, there used to be a big jasmine garden. After the school, we immediately go and change our clothes and get fresh clothes and get 5 rupees from our mummy, give that 5 rupees, not just for getting the jasmines, but to go into that jasmine's garden and experience that jasmine fragrance. वो 5 rupees में इतना बैग दे देगा हमको, बैग में भर के जो आपको अच्छे लगे वो सब चुन के बैग में भर के ला सकते थे. Just experience that fragrance. वो फूल वाले आते हैं, हम एक दो फूल खरीदते हैं, उससे 4 आना दे के 3-4 फूल लगाते हैं, वो आएगा, वो एक्सपीरियंस आएगा? नहीं आएगा. So Krishna is like garden. Krishna is like fresh jasmine garden, and you are taking one flower, you are thinking, I am also jasmine, I also can, along with jasmine, what and all you have in your body, all kind of nonsense chatta which will give you bad smell. So where is the smell of jasmine there? Yes, you have that, but where it's gone? It's gone. It's not there. So that is Krishna. He is big. He is vast. So what are these spiritual practices are for, Mataji? Okay, you are saying avikaryam, I understand. But what? These spiritual practices are not to make us God. Understand this. By doing spiritual practices, हम भगवान नहीं बनेंगे. भगवान सत्य साई बाबा, भगवान साई बाबा नहीं बनेंगे हम कभी भी भगवान. Bhagavan is Krishna only. We are all servants of Bhagavan. That will not make us God, but that will make us gods with an apostrophe S. I and mine, God and gods. So everything in this creation is Krishna or Krishnas. There is nothing in between. Mine, I, कुछ भी नहीं है वहाँ पे. कृष्णा है, कृष्णा का है सब कुछ. कुछ और है ही नहीं. माता जी चोर भी कृष्णा का है, तो फिर चोर कहाँ से आया? कुछ और है क्या उसका? चोर भी कृष्णा का ही है. माता जी वो किसी को किसी ने मार दिया, वो मारने वाला भी कृष्णा है. हाँ, मारने वाला भी कृष्णा ही है, कृष्णा का ही है, और मरने वाला भी कृष्णा का ही है. वो लोग कृष्णा नहीं है, कृष्णा के है. कहाँ और कोई सोर्स ही नहीं है. सर्व कारण कारणम. ही इज द ओनली सोर्स. So spiritual practices will not make us God, but will make us realize that we are gods. G-O-D apostrophe S. We belong to Krishna. But we are very, 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 very finite souls. Body changes, goes through 6 processes. It is mentioned in Bhagavad Gita. Birth, then growing up, and then offsprings. पैदा करते हैं ना हमारे, छोड़ के जाते हैं ना हमारे लोगों को, उस परंपरा को छोड़ के जाते हैं ना. मेरे दादाजी ने मेरे उसने इसको मैंने इसको, मेरे बच्चे नहीं है तो उससे बढ़ती हो, मेरा परंपरा चला जाएगा, मेरा लिनेज चढ़ जाए. बड़ा लिनेज भाई इनका है. हाँ, that's okay. Of things, and then old age and death. Yes, 6 changes body goes through. The soul doesn't go through all these things. Soul doesn't have offspring. Soul doesn't have attachment. Soul doesn't look beautiful or look. Of course, it's beautiful, but we can't see. But it won't say, oh, I have pigmentation. See, 1.5 year back, I see myself and say 1.5 year back I was so beautiful. Now pura darkness आ गया. Soul ऐसे नहीं सोचता है. Soul is eternal, eternally beautiful, eternally there exists. This body keeps changing. Shudram, waste. Anyhow, Mataji, we have a Srila Prabhupada in the last line of the purport. Mataji says very nicely, this concept is repeated. इतने बार क्यों बता रहे हैं प्रभुपाद जी, उसके बारे में है. This concept, if you look into the purport, this concept is repeated in the Vedas in different ways, just to confirm the stability of the conception of the soul. Repetition of something is necessary. प्रभुपाद इतने बार बोलते, तुम बॉडी नहीं हो सोल हो, तुम बॉडी नहीं हो सोल हो, तुम बॉडी नहीं हो सोल हो. फॉलोअर्स आके बोलते हैं, अमेरिकन डिवोटीज वाइट बॉडीड बोलते हैं, क्या आपको लगता है कि हमको समझ में नहीं आ रहा है? आप क्या बोल रहे हैं? बार बार वही बोल रहे हैं. तो प्रभुपाद बोलते हैं, हाँ तुमको समझ में नहीं आ रहा है. यू डोंट अंडरस्टैंड कॉन्सेप्ट. बिकॉज इफ यू अंडरस्टैंड यू विल एक्ट ऑन दैट कॉन्सेप्ट. एंड इट्स नॉट इमीडिएट. रात को मैंने भगवत कथा सुना, सुबह उठ के मैं संन्यास ले लूंगा, ऐसा नहीं होता है. सो इट्स अ प्रोसेस, इट्स अ ग्रेजुअल प्रोसेस. So it's written clearly. Repetition of something is necessary. Repetition of anything is necessary in order that we understand the matter thoroughly, not only just thoroughly, without error. If we don't repeat, we might get again into false, wrong things, errors. So again and again. In this context, we have one thing, right? Very nice thing. Repetition, how it is important is Harer Nama, Harer Nama, Harer Nama Iva Kevalam, Kalau Nasteva, 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 Gatiranyataha. ठीक है, एक ही बार बोल सकते हैं ना, हरे नामा एंड नास्तेवा. 3 बार क्यों बोल रहे हैं वहां पे? रिपीटेशन इज नीडेड, वेरी मच नीडेड. ओनली द होली नेम, ओनली द होली नेम, ओनली द होली नेम. देयर इज नो अदर वे, देयर इज नो अदर वे, देयर इज नो अदर वे. Always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna. Meaning तो same ही है ना भाई. Always remember Krishna covers never forget Krishna also, right? Why you are repeating the same point again? Repetition is needed so that we get it thoroughly what we are hearing. नहीं तो भूल जाते हैं. भूलना तो बीमारी है, वो एटर्नल बीमारी है, जैसे सोल एटर्नल है वो बीमारी भी एटर्नल है कि हम भूल जाते हैं। जो भूलना है वो नहीं भूलते हैं, जो नहीं भूलना है वो भूलते हैं। कृष्णा से माता स्मृति ज्ञानम अपोहनम चा, राइट। वो माता जी फिर कृष्णा क्यों दे रहे हैं फॉरगेटफुलनेस? बिकॉज कृष्णा इज गिविंग फॉरगेटफुलनेस, आई एम फॉरगेटिंग कृष्णा। नो, कृष्णा इज गिविंग द मेनू बिफोर यू, what you choose and put the things in it is up to your choice. आप जाके कृष्णा को फॉरगेटफुलनेस में लगाओगे, माया को लाके रिमेम्बरेंस में लगाओगे, वो कृष्णा का गलती है क्या? नहीं है। कृष्णा ने बोला कि ये आइटम लाके इधर रखो, ये आइटम लाके इधर रखो, आप एक्सचेंज करोगे कार्ड गेम के जैसा। किसका गलती है वो? Whose fault is that? Our fault. Whose choice is that? Our choice. अच्छा माता जी, आई फॉरगेटफुलनेस देना ही नहीं था, सब कुछ रिमेम्बरेंस देना था। हाँ, वो ऐसे भी लोग बोलते हैं। हाँ चलो सब कुछ, लेट्स से ओनली रिमेम्बरेंस गिविंग, नो फॉरगेटफुलनेस, देन वी कैन ऑलवेज रिमेंबर कृष्णा, राइट माता जी? नो, इफ ही गिव्स ओनली रिमेम्बरेंस, तुम्हारे पिछले 10 जन्म 100 जन्म का तुम्हारे को याद रहेगा, तुम क्या क्या थे तुम देख के तुम मर जाओगे। किसको किसको काट के खाया, किसको किसको मारा, किसके किसके साथ चोरी किया, किसका किसका ज्वेलरी वी डोंट नो व्हाट काइंड ऑफ abominable things we have done. Most abominable things is we said no to Krishna and came here to this material world. We want to enjoy separately from you, independently from you. And now enjoy. So there are set of spiritual practices on which emphasis is given. Prabhupada says 4 regulative principles and chant 16 rounds. So-called critics say, where it is written in Bhagavad Gita that we should follow these 4 regulative principles, where it is said that we have to chant 16 rounds. Okay, you read Bhagavad Gita nicely, very nicely. The neti, 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 neti are the things. Neti, neti, neti means we should not do this, 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 should help to do what we should do. No meat eating, no illicit sex, no gambling, no intoxication. These are neti, 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 neti. There is no bhakti in it at all. But still Prabhupada gave. Why did Prabhupada give? Because these things will help us to the one we have to do, asti, that is chanting of the holy name. And where is mentioned that 16 rounds we have to chant, Mataji? No. It's not at all mentioned, Prabhu. You are a great devotee. You are very good. You read Bhagavad Gita nicely. Krishna says, Nityam Bhagavata Sevya. Krishna says, Nityam, remember me. So do every 24 hours, every chanting. Don't do 16. 24 hours, do chanting. कंसेशन दे रहे हैं भाई, कंसेशन का लाभ उठाओ, पिक अप द सेल.
I did lot of concession during Chaturmas. I did more chanting.
Very nice. That's the best way. That's the best way. That's the best way. Yes, in Kali Yuga we cannot do every day like that, but we have to take the advantage, full advantage of Chaturmas, Purushottam Mas, Nirjal Ekadashis. Not to boast about myself, but focusing on the holy name with right environment in the presence of right personality, like what I went for. My retreat, I feel, is the most successful retreat this time. I went since last 17 years to so many japa retreats, so many festival of holy names, so many yatras. Everything was good. Everything helped me progress. But I was feeling this particular thing was making me feel closer to the holy name. There were, I went almost 10 days. It was only 4 days retreat, but Maharaj was there, so I wanted to take the association of Maharaj before and after also. So I went for 10 days to Chicago, Festival of Holy Name celebration, 3 days before, 3 days after, and during 4 days, something like that. Quantity wise, I did 108 rounds on the 64 rounds day. I ate only one time and 108 rounds of chanting. So almost 16 rounds chanting takes, almost good chanting takes 2 hours. So 108 count. So in a day, how many hours might have I spent hearing the mantra, chanting the mantra. So it was good. And then association of the devotees. And then I was feeling like when I will get this kind of opportunity where I am in a room full of devotees with my spiritual master and with his spiritual master Srila Prabhupada and our all spiritual master and eternal father Radha Shyam Sundar, there also it's Radha Shyam Sundar, sitting inside the temple hall, hearing to the other sounds also, hearing my own sound, the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. It was amazing. It was wonderful. I know we do every year japa retreats here in CNJ. It's wonderful also. But here somehow my mind, the environment is beautiful. I don't say no. But my mind gets attracted to, oh, somebody new people come. I have to tell them what is happening. Somebody new person is coming. I have to give them prasadam. Or somebody is not chanting properly. I have to give them beads. Or somebody, something. Or my in-laws are sitting there. They might be hungry. I am not hungry, but I have to take care of them. Oh, Shreyas is running in. Whatever. This time it was nothing. My in-laws are in India just for me. I said everybody needs this break.
Yes.
Everybody said I need my time. That was my time with Krishna. My in-laws were in India. My husband was here. He is the one who sent me very nicely. Go have your my time. And then my son was totally independent of himself, where he's staying, how he's attending classes, what are his kirtan programs. I was also kind of everybody was assisting me in the giving me shelter, hosting, and then dropping me at the place, speaking. It was wonderful. It was wonderful. Today morning only we were reading Prabhupada Leelamrita. We were speaking about simply wonderful. There is a sweet which is made by Prabhupada followers, like sweet balls. And Prabhupada was talking about, he ate it and he said, what should we name this sweet? And he said, this is simply wonderful. So let's name it as simply wonderful. Because our process is simply wonderful. Our surrenderance is simply wonderful. Our consciousness is simply wonderful. The path we are following is simply wonderful. And the future, what we are paving, is simply wonderful. So let's name this sweet as simply wonderful. Something like that. So it was simply wonderful, my experience. Okay, let's go to the 26th verse. At least 2 verses we have to do. What's the time? 8:35, not bad. 10 minutes we will cover this. Let's all do together. Atha chainam nitya jatam nityam vamanyase mritam tathapi tvam mahabaho nayanam sochitum arhasi. Again nayanam. Sochitum, thinking. Arhasi, deserve. It need not be lamented. That's what Krishna is saying. Let's do the translation. If, however, you think, it's not there. It's not the point that it is fact. But if, however, O Arjuna, you think the soul, which is the symptom of life, will always be born and die. What is this concept of born and die? That was going on in Arjuna's mind, that I'm killing the soul. I'm killing the body. Both, I'm killing. So Krishna will explain more. And forever, you still have no reason to lament, O mighty armed. He's saying, okay, if you think that the soul is dying, soul has the nature of dying. Soul has the nature of, again, rebirthing. So you are killing, it will rebirth again. So why you are thinking so much? If you are saying it is eternal, so you cannot kill it. If you are saying it is temporary, it has to take birth again. So then you kill it, it will take birth again. Bhishma will take birth again, Drona will take birth again. So either way, no loss. Either way, win-win situation. Krishna again tries his best to explain the importance. Arjuna is still like, okay. He is not like, okay, till 18th chapter anyhow. He says, okay. Krishna starts giving different philosophies here. Devotees try to understand these 2 different, or actually 3 different philosophies with which the jiva gets bewildered, including the atheistic philosophies. Okay, if not the above understanding what I explained about the soul being eternal and body being matter and temporary, if it doesn't go into your pea brain, O Arjuna, let me make you convinced through the 3 kind of different philosophies. If, however, you think the soul will always be born and you think the soul will die also, you still have no reason to lament. That's what he's saying. And he addressed Arjuna as mighty armed. We will discuss about why he addressed later. But this philosophy is called Bauddha Vada philosophy. Bauddha Vada philosophy. In that 3 concepts are there. One is Lokayatikas. Second one is Vaibhashitas. Third one is the this modern scientists and everybody. Modern philosophy, modern education system, modern scientists. So in this Lokayatikas, the philosophy is atheistic philosophy. There is no concept of God, first of all. When there is no concept of God, how can we have the concept of being part and parcel of God? भगवान ही नहीं है भाई, तो भगवान के हम कहाँ से पार्ट एंड पार्सल हुए? वो कॉन्सेप्ट ही नहीं है उनके पास. सो चार्वका ऋषि, ही इज ऑल्सो ऋषि बट एथिस्टिक ऋषि, चार्वका, ही इज द लीडर. leader of this atheistic people. If anything, atheism got very bold and strong is through this Charvak philosophy. According to that Charvak philosophy is an ancient philosophy. So why Krishna is telling about this philosophy in Dwapar Yuga, not only considering that Kali Yuga will have atheistic, in that time also there were some atheists. It's an ancient thing. It's along with the Jiva only it came. Leadership of Charvak has made people atheists. Okay, for him, is there the concept of soul? No. For him, the concept of soul is body is the soul. बॉडी जब तक है सोल तब तक है, बॉडी ही सोल है. बॉडी और सोल दो डिफरेंट चीज नहीं है. द नेचर ऑफ बॉडी, योर बॉडी इज योर सोल. द नेचर ऑफ माता जी इज हर सोल. द नेचर ऑफ किंजल माता जी इज हर सोल. सो द नेचर ऑफ द बॉडी इज सोल. द सोल इज डजंट हैव ए सेपरेट आइडेंटिटी. सो योर बॉडी टेक्स बर्थ, your soul also takes birth according to your nature. Your body dies, your soul, the nature also dies. In that context, there is a verse. Rinam gritva gritam pibet yavat jivet sukham jivat. What does that mean? How much ever time you live in this material world, in this body, enjoy it fully. Because after dying, there is no body, there is no soul. तो जब तक जिंदा हो एंजॉय करो जिंदगी को. ऐसे बहुत सारे हिंदी मूवीज में ऐसे बोला है, जिंदगी को जियो 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 जियो. ओके जियो, लेकिन जिंदगी है क्या वो पहले जानो, तब जी पाओगे तुम ना. खुशी से जियो, खुश रहो, हमेशा खुश रहो, खुश रहो, खुश रहो. हमेशा खुश रह सकते हो ये मटेरियल वर्ल्ड में? कौन खुश रहा हमेशा? क्यों खुश नहीं रहा? क्योंकि उसको खुशी का मतलब ही पता नहीं है. डिवोटीज खुश रहते हैं. कहा माता जी आप भी तो सफ़र कर रहे हैं, आपके मुंह पे इतना पिगमेंटेशन है, प्रभु जी भी तो सफ़र कर रहे थे, उनको पैर में कुछ हुआ, आपको पैर में कुछ हुआ. externally, but when we go to the consciousness of we being the souls of डिपार्टेड फ्रॉम कृष्णा, जैसे मैं हमेशा बोलती हूँ, जब डेस्टिनेशन आपका फ्रूटफुल हो ना, जर्नी से फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा. फ्लाइट में बैठे हो, 10 थिंग होते रहते हैं आजू बाजू में. कोई बच्चा जान निकाल देता है, छोटे बच्चों को लेके बाजू के सीट में रहते हैं. हम भी बच्चा पैदा किया, लेकिन वो बच्चा काय 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 करते रहते हो तो कान बंद कर लेते हैं. अरे भाई सोने नहीं दे रहा है, 17 घंटा बैठना है फ्लाइट में, 18 घंटा बैठना है, उसमें ये की शुरू हो गया. हाँ, वो एयर होस्टेस आती है एवरी 15 मिनट, एवरी आधा घंटे में बुलाती है. अरे भाई हमको नहीं चाहिए, जब चाहिए हम बुला लेंगे भाई, तो बार बार आके क्यों बुला. सो मेनी थिंग्स आर देयर. कोई स्नोर कर रहा है, कोई किसी के पास बैट्स में ला रहा है, कोई सीट नहीं चेंज, ब्ला 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 ब्ला. बट व्हेन वी हैव समथिंग इन आवर माइंड दैट द फाइनल डेस्टिनेशन इज सो फ्रूटफुल. मेरी मम्मी आएगी मुझे पिक करने के लिए, मेरे पापा आएंगे मुझे पिक करने के लिए, मैं मेरे मम्मी और पापा से 2 साल के बाद मिलूंगी, 3 साल के बाद मिलूंगी. ये सब कुछ मायने नहीं रखता है जर्नी में क्या हुआ. मैं दिन में 3 बार ब्रश करता था, ये फ्लाइट इतना छोटा है, उसमें बाथरूम इतना छोटा है, मैं कहाँ पे जाके दंत मंजन करूँ. छोड़ो भाई, एक दिन नहीं करो तो मरोगे नहीं, उसमें तुम कुछ नहीं होगा, तो छोड़ो. जाओगे घर पे 4 बार कर लेना, 3 की जगह कॉम्पनसेट कर लेना. हाँ, लेकिन जा रहे हो ना, वहाँ पे जा रहे हो ना, तो एटर्नल प्लेस इज कृष्णा's प्लेस एंड वी आर गोइंग टू गो देयर. Let's enjoy the journey of going there, not let's enjoy the journey of living in this most filthiest place. And how it can be possible? Only and only through including Krishna in our activities. In those days, during Charvak time, the ghee was very famous. Eating ghee-related foods, ghee-full of foods, eating palatable foods, that was going on. So खाओ जितना चाहिए उतना घी का आइटम खाओ, घी खाओ, पसंदीदा फूड खाओ, दारू पियो, जो भी करना है करो, एंजॉय करो, लाइफ को एंजॉय करो. ये नहीं पता है कि आगे का तुम लोग कर रहे हो, लाइफ को डिज़ाइन कर रहे हो कि कैसे फिर से अबॉमिनेबल लाइफ को जीना है. कौन गारंटी देगा? हम कहाँ सोमालिया में पड़े होंगे, क्या पता. अभी तो कृष्णा कृष्णा बोल पा रहे हैं, नेक्स्ट लाइफ में बोल भी पाएंगे या नहीं, पता नहीं है. The second philosophy is Vaibhashitas. Vaibhashitas means their concept is Atma is Swarupa is Atma Swarupa is Vijnana Swarupa. It is different from the body. They accept that the soul is different from the body, but the philosophy is Atma also will deteriorate with the body. जैसे जैसे बॉडी का खराबी होते जाएगा, जैसे खराबी हो रहा है ना, कल मेरा बर्थडे है, सब लोग बोले हैप्पी बर्थडे माता जी, हैप्पी बर्थडे। काम वाली आई थी, वो बोल रही हाँ हम लोग तो हैप्पी बर्थडे बोलते हैं, लेकिन एक साल तो घट रहा है ना हमारे लाइफ से। शी वाज सेइंग इन अ लैमेंटिंग वे, बट दैट आल्सो मेक्स सेंस। वी ऑलवेज से हैप्पी बर्थडे। सपोज 90 ईयर्स है तो एक साल तो चला गया है ना भाई, 50 साल है उसमें से एक भी और साल चला गया है ना। एनी हाउ चले जाना अच्छा है, लेकिन वो मुझे बोलती है पहले तो हैप्पी बर्थडे विश किया, फिर वो बोलती है कि फिर भी क्या हैप्पी बर्थडे है, एक साल तो चला जा रहा है ना लाइफ में से। एनी हाउ, सो विद द बॉडी द सोल ऑल्सो डिटीरियरेट्स, the soul's energy also becomes less, soul's lifetime also becomes less. So the body and atma take birth and both of them die also. So Krishna is saying, Arjuna, if you think soul and both body are going to take birth and going to die again, so why you are lamenting? Coming to the point of this modern philosophical understanding of what is soul and what is body, the concept of existence. What is the concept of existence of the modern people? Prabhuji, body is the combination of physical elements, chemical elements. What is this whole Big Bang theory? They spend so much of money, so much of scientists, so much of energy, so much of time. दो रॉक ऐसे ऐसे करेंगे तो लाइफ आ जाएगा उसमें से, फायर आ जाएगा पूरा खा लेगा, लाइफ नहीं आएगा उसमें से. Two big molecules collide with each other, from their life comes. अरे भाई थोड़ा तो दिमाग यूज करो, लाइफ आता है. ऐसे बोलो कि भूमाता में से लाइफ आता है, समझ सकते हैं कि प्लांट्स आते हैं तो लाइफ आता है. नहीं, ऐसे फिजिकल एलिमेंट्स, केमिकल एलिमेंट्स के कॉम्बिनेशन से लाइफ पैदा होता है, तो पैदा करो. ये नाउ द सिस्टम ऑफ नो चिल्ड्रन, राइट, दैट दे आर गिविंग इन विट्रो और वॉट एवर इट्स कॉल्ड, IV ट्रीटमेंट और वॉट एवर इट इज, इन दैट स्पर्म के बिना करो जो करेगा. स्पर्म तो लाइफ है ना, हम आपको स्पिरिट दे रहे हैं, तुम स्पिरिट का ही मैटर, वो स्पर्म के बिना करो. Sperm is not physical element, sperm is not chemical element. There was a big some renowned person was giving class on this, that life can be made by matter. One devotee was there in that. He was a very naive, very small devotee, nothing like elevated or sannyasi. He simply said, okay Prabhuji, I understand. He was not Prabhuji, but he was addressing, okay Prabhuji, I understand what you are saying is exactly right. I'll provide you in the world whatever physical components you need, whatever chemical components you need. Just mix them and create a life and give it to me. Whatever it may be. It may be bug, it may be plant, it may be human, anything it may be. Create and give. I'll give you the physical elements, I'll give you the chemical elements, whatever you need. And that scientist could not speak anything. He had to become dumbfold. I mean, they divert the topic here and there. They say we need more time, we are experimenting more, we need some other elements which are not existing in this earthly planetary system. We have to go to the Mars, we have to go to the moon. There is no concept of Mars or moon going. You cannot go there. You cannot survive there. All BS, whatever it is. It's all nonsense. है ही नहीं concept. So time ऐसे waste करते रहते. So all these three philosophies, whatever the way you want, so called Arjuna, you think that it is there also. अच्छा ठीक है, physical तुमको ऐसा believe करना है कि combination of elements से जीव पैदा होता है, तो n number of जीव पैदा होते हैं और n number of जीव चले जाते हैं. Why do you have to lament for a lump of chemical elements if they are dying? Tell me. There are a lump of chemical elements which are going into trash. Why you have to worry about it? There are a lot of, Prabhupada writes in the purport, there are a lot of chemical components are wasted in the name of creation. Creation can be done only by God, and God sanctioned people like Brahma. Bhagavatam speaks about Atra Sarga Visargascha Sthanam Poshanam Utayaha, 10 subject matters of Srimad Bhagavatam. Creation, sub-creation, that is done only by Krishna and Brahma only. There is nobody like you who can go and then create something. That is unnatural. Unnatural. So why are you worrying? So Arjuna was asking questions and Krishna is giving reasoning to Arjuna's reasons of not fighting. And he addressed Arjuna as Mahabaho. Why is he addressing again as Mahabaho? Mahabaho means almighty armed. You are Kshatriya, you are intelligent, you have knowledge. So you will not, he's saying sarcastically, he's taunting him, saying that you are so and so. So obviously you will not fall and follow these all stupid stories and philosophies. So what you have to do is focus on the absolute thing. You have to understand. So here, instead of subscribing, Prabhupada explains, instead of subscribing to some foolish philosophy given by unintelligent people. Let's all subscribe to the eternal philosophy given by the Supreme Personality of the Godhead. Because he is the right authority, he is the absolute authority, and he is giving his eternal. So why we have to surrender on to these all foolish theologies which are given by human being who is not even permanent? If we have to surrender to somebody, why we have to choose Maya to surrender? Let's choose Krishna to surrender. We are surrendering. Every day we are surrendering to maid. Every day we are surrendering to boss. Everywhere we are surrendering to our husband. Everywhere we are surrendering to nature. Everywhere we are surrendering to the situation. Why not surrender to Krishna, who is ever well-wisher of us? And the process given to surrender in this material world is always remember Krishna. How to always remember Krishna in this Kali Yuga is through the chanting of the holy name. This is such a sublime thing. One of the devotee, she got her second initiation, Daivi Shakti Mataji. And then she said, Prabhupada, do I have any special instruction after Brahminical initiation which I can do? Then he said, chant Hare Krishna. That's it. That's it. That's the way. That's the way. Kaler dosha nije rajan asti eko. There is only one way. That is chanting of the holy name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Takeaway is no other way. Krishna's knowledge, Krishna's book, Krishna speaking directly, and we can understand and we can make this life successful. It's not hard. It's not hard. To fight with Maya is very hard. Attachment. Can't let go. It's our duty. We have to do. Anything in the material world is hard. To convince boss is million times hard than convince Krishna.
Convince yourself is small.
It's biggest Maya. We think that we are convinced, but we are not convinced with anything, because everything we are trying to convince ourselves is matter. We won't get convinced fully unless we come in touch with the spirit. And we are not allowing with the free will choice to touch that spirit. नहीं हम मंदिर जाएंगे, लेकिन हफ्ते में सिर्फ एक दिन 2 घंटे के लिए जाएंगे, दर्शन लेंगे, प्रसाद खाएंगे, घर चले जाएंगे. इससे ज़्यादा हमको कुछ नहीं चाहिए. हमारे कान ओपन नहीं रखेंगे हम. नहीं, ऐसा नहीं होता है. Rain or shine, why the temple president is there? Rain or shine, why the temple vice president is there? Rain or shine, why the temple commander is there? Rain or shine, why the temple teachers are there? Are we getting any income? No, we are not going there for physical income, but we are there always. It's very important. The spiritual practices given by Prabhupada as a Senapati, commander-in-chief, are very, very important. Going to temple is important. Yes, doing pujas at home is very good, but going to temple is more important than doing pujas, because it's a collective consciousness. You worship, only you worship. You go to the place of worship, everybody is worshipping. Our consciousness, it's like taking a lift. Not going step by step. बूढ़े हो गए, मिनी में दर्द हो रहा है, एक स्टेप लिया. आज बहुत एक्टिव है आप लोग, तो करोगे पूजा, निर्जल करोगे, एकादशी करोगे. जब बूढ़े हो जाओगे, कुछ नहीं कर पाओगे, तब आपको प्यूरिटी कहाँ से मिलेगा? नहीं, हम तब जाएंगे. कब जाओगे? जब पकोड़ा जल जाएगा तब जाके ऑफर करोगे. फ्रेश पकोड़ा ऑफर करो ना. बूढ़ा होने के बाद एप्पल को लाके घर पे रखोगे. फ्रेश एप्पल लुक्स रियली वेरी यम्मी, एंड व्हेन यू कट जूस आल्सो कम. वो एक हफ्ता छोड़ दो, उसका स्लोली जूस हार्ड होते जाएगा, उसका टेक्सचर हार्ड होते जाएगा. तब ऑफर करके क्या फ़ायदा है? तुम भी बूढ़े हो जाओगे. क्या ऑफर करोगे कॉन्शियसनेस तुम बुढ़ापे में? मेरा पैर दर्द दे रहा कृष्णा, मेरा सर दर्द दे रहा कृष्णा, मेरे बाल पूरे सफ़ेद हो गए कृष्णा. क्या ऑफर करोगे कृष्णा को? तो ये लाइफ पूरा हम लोग ओल्ड एज को सबमिट कर रहे हो. जब यंग है तो सब एंजॉय कर लिया, ये बोल रहे हैं ना वर्ष की.
Usually people think spirituality is not enjoyment.
Yeah, it's a retirement plan.
It's not enjoyment.
It's
That's why they keep it for retirement.
Yeah, retirement plan. जब कुछ नहीं कर सकते तब भक्ति करेंगे. हाँ भाई, कृष्णा बैठे हैं तुम्हारे लिए, अच्छा है, वैसे भी ठीक है, लेकिन वहाँ पे भी दिल नहीं बैठता है, क्योंकि जिंदगी भर एंजॉयमेंट ढूंढते रहे ना बाकी वालों में, तो इसमें एंजॉयमेंट नहीं मिलेगा. हेल्पलेसली आप सरेंडर करने की कोशिश कर रहे हो, लेकिन मरते समय कृष्णा याद नहीं आएगा आपको. 100% श्योर है, इफ इट इज रिटायरमेंट प्लान. We have to involve Krishna.
I have a question on this. So if we are like in bhakti throughout
Yeah, there is a question from here live, then I come to the online. Yes, if we do.
Yeah,
Bhakti.
so if you do bhakti throughout life, are there chances that we can still remember Krishna
Of
during
course.
that time?
Are there chances, you ask? Is it surety? You did not ask. It's not assured, but there are chances. But we don't want to lose that chance. Oh, Mataji, if there is no surety, then you give surety that whole life long you'll remember surely. You can't give that surety, so that surety, why would Krishna would give
There
surety?
is a chance.
There is a chance. There is a chance. There is a chance. काफा, वाता, पित्ता, ये सब सताते रहेंगे. तब मैं तुमको कैसे याद करूंगा? खटवंगा ऋषि. हाँ, स्नेहा माता जी, you know Khatwanga, right? You told one time, I think, to me. Khatwanga. A moment he left his body and went to Krishna. How is it possible? Another Krishna Karanamrita. He says like, I will be totally occupied by kapha, vata, pitta and all. At that time, I might not be able to remember you, Krishna. So whatever service I am doing right now with full consciousness, you remember it. Yes, Krishna will remember if you do it with full consciousness. If you not voluntarily involving you yourself in the wrong sense objects. We are tomorrow celebrating Jagannath Ratha Yatra. Prabhuji, please come. Kirtida Mataji's house, you came before. Jagannath Swami Nayana Patagami Bhava Tume. What does that mean? Everybody sing Jagannath Swami Nayana Patagami Bhava Tume. Jagannath Swami. What does that mean? That means that, oh Jagannath, make you as my object of vision. These eyes are wandering everywhere to different sense objects. You become the sense object for my eyes. Nayana Patagami. Guide me, guide my senses to see you only. That's the prayer. I request all the online devotees also. Here we have Sheetal Mataji, Swati Mataji, Sneha Mataji, and all the devotees who are here. Tomorrow, please come. Please participate. Please be there. You may not get the service of lifting Jagannath from there to here, here to there. You may not get the service of Shank Bhajana. You may not get the offering the flowers because we are many. How many people get those opportunities? But just be there. Be present there. One of the concept of Japa retreat was, be present with me. Krishna is saying, I am here with you. You also be with me through the holy name. Like that, be there. कॉन्शियसनेस वाइज बी देर. आप भी आइए माता जी, कल अच्छा फेस्टिवलिटी है तो आप आपके प्रभु जी को भी लेके आए, सिद्ध को भी लेके आइए. What is the common thing everybody can do? Nobody will say no for that. Is pulling the chariot. Pulling the chariot will make our all sins clear. ठीक है माता जी, हम भगवद गीता आने का जरूरत नहीं है, भागवतम पढ़ने का जरूरत नहीं है, भक्त वृक्षा आने का जरूरत नहीं है, कुकिंग करने का जरूरत नहीं है. हम अच्छे, हम एक बार पुल कर देंगे चैरियट, बस बात खत्म. बात खत्म हो सकता है. दैट हैज दैट मच ऑफ पोटेंसी. Falashruti is there, one who pulls the chariot of Jagannath and take him on the chariot Rath Yatra. All his sins are cleared. But we are in this material body. While pulling also, our mind will think so many wrong things about it. ओ माता जी देखो, इतना सारा क्लास दिया, अभी जाके कुछ मीनियल सर्विस नहीं खड़े, वहाँ रह के शंख बजा रहे, आरती कर रहे, और हमको यहाँ पे ये कर रहे. माता जी ने तो बोला था कि चैरियट. इतना सारा सोचेगा दिमाग तो कहाँ से वो फलश्रुति मिलेगा? हमको नहीं मिलेगा. हम कुल्हाड़ी को बैठे हैं स्टेम पे, ब्रांच पे, कुल्हाड़ी लेके स्टेम को ही काट रहे हैं और बोल रहे हैं कि मैं सेफ नहीं हूँ. तो तुम खुद ही काट रहे हो भाई. So this is all bhakti process, is to make our consciousness pure, seeing Krishna in everybody. फिर दूसरा कॉन्सेप्ट में मत जाना. I will see the Krishna in the drunkard person. I will go every day and preach him. So instead, our consciousness is not so pure. His consciousness is so pure. He will make you friend, and you will both go to the bar every day. So don't get into that concept of seeing Krishna in everybody with everyone. Yes, you can get when you are very strong. देखो उसमें भी परमात्मा देखो. उसको 1 रुपया मत दो, वो 1 रुपया से सिगरेट खरीदेगा. उसको एक प्रसाद का एप्पल दे दो, प्रसाद का ऑरेंज दे दो, बात खत्म. कृष्णा, थैंक यू वेरी मच. दैट्स इट.
Can I add something? So there are 2 types of buddhi. One is vyavaharik buddhi, another is paramarthik buddhi. So when it comes to paramarthik buddhi point of view, we have to think that the God is in everyone. But when it comes to vyavaharik buddhi, we should know, we have to have the vivek that this person is going to do. With that money, he is only going to put it in his action. So we have to have that and that, both the things together.
Yeah, very nice. Mataji is speaking about the intelligence, philosophical intelligence and the spiritual intelligence. Spiritual intelligence is the intelligence wherein you put the philosophical knowledge into the action. So the knowledge is everybody has Paramatma in them. You have to see Paramatma in everybody. That's the spiritual intelligence. But you have something called your own intelligence through which you can discriminate what is right and what is wrong, and you have to act according to that intelligence. Yes, very nice, Mataji. True. Yes, seeing Krishna in everybody is good. But to what extent you can associate with them and try to show your compassion, you have to decide with your intelligence, which is guided by Sadhu, Shastra and Guru. So dependence on the Guru, dependence on the Shastra, depending on Krishna's mercy, beg every day. Prabhupada says, I will never fall down. And in the next day, he is going down to Krishna and saying, praying. And then Prabhupada's disciple asks, what are you praying, Prabhupada? And Prabhupada says that, I am praying that I should not fall down. And the disciple says that, oh, you just told that you will all fall down, but you will not fall down. And now you are coming and praying not to fall down. Now you understand why I said I will not fall down? Because every day I am praying that I should not fall down. So prayers help. Prayers help. It's not being complacent that, oh, I have so much of knowledge I am teaching, so I will not fall down. You should know internally that at every moment you can fall down. And the root and the solution for that is every day you have to pray that I should not fall down. Complacency zone is very dangerous zone. We should not enter into that zone. I'll give chance for Matajis who are listening. We will stop the recording, and Sneha Mataji and Swati Mataji and Kirtida Mataji and Sheetal Mataji, whoever possible, whoever wants to ask, they can ask questions. Hare Krishna.